Because the honey badger don't care. There is no reason to. What is Nikola? What are they like? Here we go. I mean, let's just team up with GM and we will have a. I don't know. What do they do? They make the outside of the truck.
When your money's making money, you can spend your money and keep it too.
I'm JC. Welcome to my channel. Today, because I'm afraid that many investors out there are making an incredibly common and costly investing mistake, today we're going to talk about Nikola. Yes, the company that builds a vehicle that's so efficient it doesn't need gas, electricity, or anything. No, evidently, Nikolas are powered by gravity. Before we get started, if you want to learn more about investing and which companies are great to invest in, then please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a video that I make. So I decided to look at the Nikola newsfeed, and this is what I got. Okay. Nikola short sellers feel the squeeze as stock bounces. GM's eyes are wide open on Nikola's partnership. Why GM may escape from Nikola's wreckage unharmed. Keep going, and Nikola's stock extends loss as Dutch bank analyst slashes price target. Nikola Corp's founder purchased truck designs from third party. Nikola founder Trevor Milton faces new sexual assault claims. Cramer investors should still sell Nikola even after its founder's resignation. Nikola's stock price slides after halt in potential partnership talks. Fraud claims, DOJ probe, and sexual abuse allegations cloud $2 billion deal between GM and Nikola truck startup. And then I move all the way to the top, and the stock is up for the week. It's up for the week. What is going on? What don't I see? Why are people still buying this stock? Do they want the stock, or are they just afraid to sell it? We got to look into this. For those of you who haven't been following this soapbox of a company, we need to review what went on. Let's listen to what Jim Cramer says on the subject.
It all looked less like a business and more like a business plan. Not much in the way of sales, no earnings whatsoever, and no production for years. Sure enough, Nikola initially surged higher, running from the 30s to around 94, but it quickly peaked, and the stock's been working its way lower ever since, oscillating wildly on the way down, including a monster 15% decline today that took it all the way back to the 30s. I want to circle back to this one because it's had a truly crazy week, and I think I can teach a lot about how to be a better speculator. See, on Tuesday, Nikola received what sure looked like the ultimate vote of confidence. We learned that they'd be partnering with General Motors to build their new Badger pickup truck. In response, Nikola's stock price pole vaulted from 35 to 50 in a single session. Then yesterday morning, a short-selling research firm ominously named Hindenburg Research published a devastating critique, and the stock's been tanking ever since, to the point where it's now giving back all of the GM gains and then some. Didn't help that management's response seemed kind of ill-advised. So let me walk you through this step by step. First was the GM deal. Not only did they partner with Nikola in their upcoming electric pickup truck, GM is also taking an 11% stake in the business. Wow, imprimatur. Though they're getting that stake in exchange for in-kind services, not cash. Nikola will use GM's batteries in their electric trucks and use GM's fuel cells for its larger Class 7 and Class 8 trucks. According to General Motors, the deal is worth $4 billion to them, and Nikola bandied about the same number. All that sounds pretty positive, doesn't it? Well, there's one little issue. Normally, when a big established company partners up with a high-flying tech startup, the startup contributes some technology. That doesn't seem to be the case here. Aside from the software, if anything, it's the other way around. GM's providing their technical know-how to Nikola. The overall narrative remained very positive, though, at least until yesterday morning. Enter the lead balloon. This short-selling firm, Hindenburg Research, published a truly scathing, very long critique. There were some serious allegations here. Hindenburg claims that Nikola's CEO, Trevor Milton, has a history of lying to investors and business partners. They claim he's lying about Nikola having the ability to produce hydrogen, about having solar panels on their headquarters, about owning natural gas wells, and crucially, they claim he's lying about the truck. Now, some of these allegations have partially been confirmed by Bloomberg and the Financial Times, so there's something here. There's a little smoke, a little fire. Hindenburg's core argument is simple. They say Nikola's truck doesn't really work, that it's basically vaporware, and all the demonstration videos have either been faked or heavily misrepresented. For example, according to the Financial Times, Nikola apparently showed a video of a semi-truck rolling down a hill and edited the slope out to make it look like their truck was actually running. Raised eyebrow.
The allegations about the Nikola truck only being able to run downhill are true. Nikola admitted that, and they said, oh, look, when we showed the commercial with our truck running, we never stated that the truck was running under its own power. So since we never said it was running under its own power, we do not feel that people should assume that it was running under its own power, because obviously if the truck was able to run under its own power, we would have said so. So therefore, we didn't lie. We told the complete truth. We just wanted to show how cool the truck looked rolling so that people could get the idea of what it might look like if it were able to run under its own power.
And that's not even the craziest stuff. Hindenburg claims Nikola signed a letter of intent to buy a company whose president had just been indicted for using NASA research funds to pay for prostitutes.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
A curious business decision, if I might say. Even after learning that the company's technology didn't actually exist, Trevor Milton allegedly kept hyping this tech as a game changer. Another one, the old CFO resigned in 2018 and then filed a lawsuit against Nikola. A month later, the company refunded all its deposits. Maybe that has nothing to do with the lawsuit whatsoever. Again, though, has repeatedly said that Nikola succeeded in reducing the cost of hydrogen by 81% versus its peers. However, when pressed, he admitted they'd never actually produced hydrogen at this price. Worst of all, Hindenburg alleges that the products are largely vaporware and Nikola has no meaningful IP, also known as intellectual property. For example, the company used inverters that have claimed to have been made in-house, but Hindenburg says they actually buy them externally and slap on a new label. Now, you can't make this stuff up. After the report came out yesterday, the CEO kept going on Instagram and Twitter promising that he was working on a point-by-point rebuttal. Then this morning, Nikola publishes a one-page press release with no exculpatory information whatsoever. They just said they're going to sue Hindenburg Research. You hire a lawyer, you sue. It's what people do. Hey, yeah. We reached out to the company for an official comment to see if we could get something more in depth. So far, they haven't responded. But it's a long weekend. I'll be in my garden. You can reach me. I've got to tell you, if Hindenburg's research is lying, some of this stuff should be very easy to dispute. Instead, we get the CEO deleting his old tweets and posting things on Instagram that really don't belong on Instagram.
I'm super mad, and there's nothing I can do about it for a little bit, okay? It's not in my hands. It's in the hands of the attorneys and the SEC. But when we come out of it, everyone will be like, listen, for my language, fuck those people. They're shitty people. All this was lies, and it was slander against Nikola to make hundreds or tens of millions of dollars of profit on short selling. But I can tell you right now that they are lies. 99% of them are all lies.
Like the fact that Nikola had a call with the SEC about these allegations. Hey, nothing wrong with that, I guess. Now, the CFO's posting that the research report is a hit job with no substance, and they'll have a response next week. I await the response. Maybe the whole report is a tissue of lies, aside from the stuff that's been confirmed by outside news organizations.
It's been more than a couple of minutes, and we're still waiting for a point-by-point response. It's becoming more and more likely that the proprietary technology owned and operated by Nikola is nothing more than smoke and mirrors.
But that's the problem with speculating on a company that's little more than a business plan. The bottom line, Nikola's so early in its development that it can be hard to tell fact from pulp fiction. It's not like they're moving lots of merchandise. If you buy an early-stage tech company like this one, you're betting on the technology and you're betting on management. Right now, it's maybe not that great a bet. Well, let's just say some of the allegations, they make me feel like the stock remains a sell.
It looks like the GM deal is either falling apart or perhaps they're renegotiating for much better terms. Originally, the deal with Nikola was that GM was going to get an 11% stake in the company for basically agreeing to make vehicles for Nikola. And they would make the vehicles using the know-how, knowledge, and technology of GM. The Nikola Badger was going to be a GM electric vehicle. But now, after all of this, even though GM has nothing to lose because they didn't have to put any money into the deal, this, however, has turned into a publicity nightmare. And GM is going to, at the very least, renegotiate for much better terms just to save face. They'll probably walk away with 20% of the deal if they still end up making the Badger. I'm not sure GM wants to have their name attached to this company at all in any way. It seems to me that one of the great things about Nikola is that it seemed like it was Tesla. And so many people out there are just so upset that they missed out on Tesla, that they wanted the next Tesla. And I hate to break you guys' bubble. There ain't no next Tesla. Tesla is Tesla, and that's it. Nikola is way overvalued right now. We need to find out some things, like actually see a vehicle that they've made before it gets anywhere close to the valuation it has now. My biggest problem with Nikola is that they don't even have a real prototype. All they have is a business plan and some cool Photoshop showing how awesome their vehicle could look. But they're not Tesla, okay? It's so incredibly difficult for an auto company to go public and survive, it's almost impossible. I mean, the only two auto companies not to go bankrupt in the last 100 years is Tesla and Ford. The point of this video is not to badger Nikola endlessly. No, I wanted to give you guys some advice. And it has to do with shattered dreams. Really good investors are not carried away by their human nature. When you spend a lot of time researching a company or a stock, you buy the stock and you tell everybody how great this company is, you invest a lot of time and effort, you begin to fall in love with your own story. If things don't work out and everything falls apart, you have to be able to say, hey, we blew it, and get out. I think that literally all investors at one point or another have this belief that if they sell a stock when it's down below what they paid for it, they're going to lose money. And these individuals will tell you that if 2 of their 3 stocks are down, they will sell the stock that's up. So they need money, right? So what they do is they sell stock A, which is making them money, and they go, okay, I need $200, so I'm going to sell. They just took $200 out of their only profitable company because they can't sell these because they're down. But the problem is you keep taking away from your stocks that are doing great. And then all you're left with is your losers. And the losers, generally speaking, frequently become bigger losers. And they can continue to lose until it actually goes bankrupt. And thankfully, when a company goes bankrupt, the stock price stops at 0. So what's the right thing to do? Because I'm not saying that every stock's set down, you have to sell it. No, but when you start to see problems, you need to reevaluate that company and decide whether you would buy it or sell it currently. First, you need to establish that the problem with the stock is the fault of the company. For example, let's imagine a scenario where you own the stock of the bank Wells Fargo. And suddenly, there's this huge crisis in Europe and all the banks are coming down. Every one of them. Except your bank, Wells Fargo, has absolutely 0 exposure to European banks. It's only based in the United States. So therefore, it has nothing to do with the problem, which means it's actually on sale and you should buy it if all other factors are still good. I have other reasons for not owning any banks, but I'm not getting into that in this video. So when you have a couple of stocks that are down, I invite you not to look at them individually. Let me give you an example. If you have 3 stocks that you paid $100 each for, for a basis cost of $300 for this portfolio. Now, stock A is now worth $300. That one's done great. Stock B is worth $50. You've lost 50%. And stock C, you lost $50 also. It's worth 50%. But I don't want you to look at this stock as being behind by 50%, because it just screws with your brain and makes it impossible for you to sell it, because you don't want to lose money. You only want to make money. But the way you should really look at it is this portfolio cost you $300 and now it's worth $400. And we do not care what a stock cost. We just care where it's going. So it doesn't matter. You can't wait for this stock to come back up. It may never do it. But you can find a place to put this $50, even if you just put it back into stock A and make this $350. That's probably a better investment, because this stock is doing great. This might be a company like Apple, and this might be a company like Ford. I read every comment, and I would love to hear questions about what I've been talking about here, or suggestions for other videos or other stocks you want to know about. But most importantly, make sure that you smash that like button and hit that thing till the thumbs up becomes blue, because it really truly helps my channel to grow and helps me to bring more videos to more people like you. And if you would like to buy a shirt like this, then please consider using the Tesla link down below and going to the Tesla store, and everything that you buy gives both you and me a chance to win Tesla products. Free supercharging, winning a Roadster or Model Y, whatever the current offer is, that's what we'll get. Please remember, when your money is making money, you can spend your money and keep it too. I know I've given you a lot of advice in this video, but please don't just go out and buy or sell a stock just because I said so. Don't do that for me or any other YouTuber. We don't know your personal situation. We're not hired professionals. You listen to everything, do your own due diligence, and then please make up your own mind. After all, it's your money. So thanks for coming by, and please be kind to each other and be safe.